cut. Welcome to the top cut. Welcome to the top cut. Welcome to the top cut. Top cut. Welcome to the top cut. Welcome to the top cut. Welcome to the
Today's episode is brought to you by Gem Accessories. Gem Accessories is one of the leading accessory manufacturers within the trading card game space. Known for their deck boxes, Gem also has an amazing lineup of binders, backpacks, and more. Some of our personal favorites include the new KLRZ Icons deck boxes, the Secrets binder, and the Jaguar and Puma backpacks. But don't just take it from us, check out some of these reviews on screen. For all of these amazing products and more, be sure to check out Gem Accessories using the link in the description down below or on Twitter at XGemAccessories. Again, the description down below or on Twitter at XGemAccessories. Hello, everybody, and welcome into today's episode of the Top Cut Yu-Gi-Oh! Podcast. My name is Sunny. I am here with my wonderful co-host, Caleb.
Hello.
And the very esteemed one and only Mr. CaliEffect, King of Games. How are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing today?
You know, it's early, but we're here, you know.
Well, I mean, I like to wake up early because, you know, if you start your day wrong in the beginning of the day, then you don't let it ruin the rest of your day, right?
Absolutely. I see that. I definitely get that. We're just very used to recording at 10 p.m. instead of 10 a.m.
My bad, guys. Hey, I'm on that old people time. By the time 8 o'clock hits, I'm snooze, guys.
I get it. I just, man, that this time of year for me is rough because of work, but you know what? We're here. We've made it. And there's doing a giant Christmas festival in our hometown, so this gives us a great chance to avoid it. So it's great.
That's dope.
So, of course, we want to start every episode the same. We thank all of our wonderful sponsors. So a huge thank you to Gem Accessories. There is a link with the discount code down below. Of course, ETB Games, and always we want to thank Millennium Threads, also a link with a discount code for them down below. And TCG Player and Dragon Shield. You can click our affiliate links for both of those down below before you shop to support the podcast at nothing extra. And now, Callie, let me ask you, have you ever listened to the podcast? It's okay, you can say no if you haven't, or if you're not a regular listener, I get it. But I'm curious, because if you know what's about to come up.
No, I have no idea what's about to come up.
So we thank all of our patrons at the beginning of every episode. And some of the names, well, let's just say they took inspiration from the Progression series. Some of the names are interesting, and I'm very excited to get your reaction to some of these. I remember when we were on Farfa Subathon, and his reaction to some of them was priceless. So this is my favorite part, is getting people's reactions.
Yup.
Okay.
So a huge thank you to Cam Yang, Dragon Maid Stunzeed, which is very different if you spell it backwards. Kane Martin, Zyphorus, Yeet the Feet.
Yo, what is up with these long names?
Well, Zyphorus and Yeet the Feet aren't that long, but Blackwing Silverwind the Ascendant is the best floodgate. It's different. Earth Machine Best Deck. Epi, has anyone actually read Toy Vendor? The answer is no. Nobody's actually read that card. 8GH Cyber, I am McLincoln. Look, can we just admit NNN is a floodgate at this point? We're out of November. You can't say that anymore. You need a new name, bud. Mountain Man, Oatmeal Spaghetti, Owen Alvarado, Pig, quitting the game as a floodgate. There's going to be a lot of floodgate ones. I'm sorry. That's a big debate on whether or not Appaloosa is a floodgate. I say it's not. Some people say it is. It's a debate. Sprite Farter, the Top Cut podcast is proudly sponsored by Tier Limit Zero. Used to be Mystic Mind. Mystic Mind got banned. Unbanned number 95, Konami. Understanding and reading are two different things. Virtually Savior's World. Rogue and Tier 2 are the polite terms for bad deck. AD, Aaron Gardner, Asami, Ashlish Chaps, Cyberdank Puffer Dragon. Don't listen to the guy who hates rogue decks. He's just salty he got clapped by Rika. That's a new one.
Oh my god.
Duty Booty, Dragon Maidenless Behavior, Fur Hire Dog Turd, Herios Pebble Cereal, Jerry Beans Man, Cam the Disciple of Caleb's Waifu Philosophy, King Henry, Old Man Red, Pin Code 143, Ray Powell, Sky Striker Maneuver Dab, which I dab every time too, and Slaking It Up. Thank you all so much for your continued support of the podcast. And if you want your name read out at the beginning of the episode, within reason, please, just go ahead and subscribe to our Patreon. It's as cheap as $1 a month. And it supports us by getting us new things like these microphone arms that we are very excited to have. All right, so.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That was really funny. I don't watch the series that you were talking about, but the names are still ridiculously funny.
Yeah. I would love to. Did any of those names stick out to you? I'm curious.
In.
Yeah. Is a floodgate?
I felt that as soon as I realized that Labyrinth was the best deck in the world. The Earth Machine best deck. Let's go. Obviously, that one was it.
Yeah.
The Floodgate ones were pretty funny. Those are. I think there were some really, really clever names in there.
Yeah. My personal favorite has been Dragon Maidenless Behavior for a while now. Of course, that was done right as the whole maidenless behavior thing was like a big meme, but
yeah, and like no maidens.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, one of them, when the first, I think that was the one that you said first, right?
The very first one I said, Dragon Maid Stunzeed.
Oh, okay. I thought it was more to it. I was like, God, how many characters can you fit on that name, dog? Like,
Oh no, there's like 40 different names.
Oh, all right, cool. Like, yeah, for like the first, I guess 3 or 4 names, I thought that was all one name. I was like,
Oh no. Yeah. I kind of try to roll through them so it doesn't take the entire podcast intro, but God, they're so funny. They're so funny. All right, so for those that did not read the title of today's episode or look at the thumbnail of today's video, we're doing some rankings. So as you've seen a bunch of other people do after we came up with the idea, that we're going to be ranking and, well, not like a tier list, but more we're just doing a grade for every set released so far this year.
It's time for Konami to get the report card.
Pretty much, yeah. So
I like that.
Yeah, Caleb just came up with that. We didn't talk about that before. He just came up with that on the fly. I like that.
Yep,
that was good.
Are we gonna get like an overall grade at the end of the year, like for them?
We are now.
Sounds like a good idea to me.
Dope.
Yeah. All right, so let's start off with, honestly, we're going to kick things off with a bang. The first set that released this year was the Grand Creators.
Best set of all time.
It's up there.
One of them, I mean, what's not to like about, well, first off, you have the punk archetype.
Sure.
Which just, not even the effects, just the card design for punk. Super cool.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you have nuns with weaponry. What's not to like about nuns with various weapons?
Wait, they're nuns?
They're nuns.
The Exo Sisters? Yeah.
They're not stepsisters? Hold on. Wait,
CaliEffect. Wait, what lore video were you watching? What?
Yeah, the dryer. There's one right there.
Oh my god.
Oh no. What are we doing?
Yeah. Yeah. And then I'm
He
not
said
going to talk
nuns.
about.
I'm like, oh, I forget that they're nuns, I guess.
Yeah. That's where the sister from Exo Sister comes from.
Oh, that's crazy.
Amazing. That's so funny.
I thought Konami was finally giving us what we know, Sweet Home Alabama in the set.
No. They're not giving us a stepladder card yet.
That's unfortunate. But then the last cards that came in there were the adventure cards, which were really competitive at one point in time. Still pretty good, and they're making a scene in Master Duel.
Crazy that you had to say at one point in time with that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Power creepers thing.
Yeah, we did an entire episode on it. Go check out our last episode, everybody.
Yeah. If you haven't already.
Yeah.
Yeah, but walking back on my comments, I don't think that it's the best set of all time. But I do think Grand Creators is one of the best deck build sets that they've ever given us. I can't think of too many other deck build sets other than the Adamancipator Outledge Secret Slayer set, I believe.
Yeah.
That had 3 competitive decks because Rika matured very late. This one gave us 3 decks out of the gate. Well, not out of the gate, but 3 decks that all have been competitive throughout the year that it was released.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. All 3 of these decks have won a YCS in some form or another.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I didn't even notice that. That's crazy.
YCS Charlotte was Adventure Prank Kids, and then YCS Niagara Falls was the what's it called?
It was X-Sister,
Exo Sister. Yeah.
Exo Stepsisters. Yeah.
And surely Punk. I said that prematurely. Did Punk win a YCS?
Punk had a really good showing. I know that.
I know it had a lot of top. Yeah, it had a ton of top 8s and stuff.
Yeah, as like Punk Synchro Pile.
Yeah, and even the Punk Danger deck.
Yeah,
like the Punk Danger tier limit deck. That deck was crazy too. PTSD.
Yeah.
PTS. Is that what it was called?
Yeah. Punk's Punk tier
limit
limit
Sprite Danger.
Yeah, Sprite Danger. Yeah.
You're crazy. That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Was there a YCS? No, it won nationals in Oceanic.
That's what it was.
It won the Oceanic Nationals. So
yeah, like all of them did extremely well, especially, for a set coming out at the beginning of the year. It was like a catalyst to the first half of the format. And I think that all three strategies still have their place in Yu-Gi-Oh right now. Like, it's not like they just were a flash in the pan and just died away. You know what I mean? They're still fairly successful in the local and possibly even regional scene.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah. I think that this set, like, I wasn't exaggerating when I said the year started off with a bang. The Grand Creators is one of the most impactful sets of this year. It's of the about 19-ish, I think it's 19 sets that we're going to review.
Give or take a set.
It's got to be top 3 to 5 at least.
Easily.
Yeah, I'll give it that easy. I think that it's definitely up there. Also, like the reprints, the rarity upgrades. Solemn Strike is a rare and also a collector's rare. Torrential Tribute is a collector's rare. Like those are some well-needed rarity upgrades in the collector's form, because I'm personally, I like the collector's rare.
Even Emergency Teleport as a collector's rare, giving you an alternative high rarity to the ulti, which was like insane.
Yeah.
And then giving us a rare reprint for the budget players. I think it was perfect.
That's my favorite part about these deck builder sets. And we'll talk about that again later with Tactical Masters, is it's not just the high rarity collector rare that you get, but also that extra low rarity rare printing for so many of these cards. It's really critical. A lot of people tend to not really like the deck builder sets that much unless it's a crazy one like this. I love them. I love the way they're structured. I don't necessarily love rares as a rarity. They're my least favorite rarity. But overall, what it does for the community is huge.
Listen. Whoever was doing the reprints for this set, they ate their Wheaties that morning.
Yeah. Also, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm one of the few people on Earth that ever enjoyed the Inzektor Dino Rabbit windup format. Like, looking back on it, I think it was kind of a cool triangle format. And to have all the Inzektor cards in here, even though they're still not that great, was very cool, I think, personally.
Oh man, I forgot that was a big miss. Remember, we got to create a card, right? And the created card everybody wanted was Inzektors, but you would think that it would have made it like tier 2-esque or something, right? That didn't happen. I was pretty disappointed in that.
The funny thing is, if this card had released closer to when Inzektor won the creator card, it actually would have been playable.
Yeah.
But releasing so in the Inzektor B Trooper deck is actually kind of insane. The issue is that it released at the same moment as incredible power creep. So basically from Burst of Destiny to Grand Creators, you have 2 huge jumps in power level in the game.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, so a deck like the second that Burst of Destiny released in November of last year, you can point right then and there as all of 2021 being unplayable. So Tri-Brigade, Drytron, Virtual World, these were decks that were huge strategies last year.
They got a lot weaker.
Yeah, they were almost nearly unplayable come Burst of Destiny. So a deck like B Trooper, which got second place at a remote duel YCS in Europe, that deck with this card would have been crazy, because the Zektrike card is an insane card, just not in the context of Burst of Destiny and Grand Creators.
Yeah.
So I think if we get that card 6 or 8 months earlier, I legitimately think that card could have seen competitive play. The issue, though, is that it didn't.
Yeah.
So we'll never know.
Yeah.
Unless, somebody creates a format to where you're only allowed to use those cards, but then you can also use that one card to see how it would have.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, some kind of limited series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have a beef with the deck build sets. It's not necessarily the cards that are in it. Is that when you pay what anywhere between $60 to $80 for a box and you get 3 ultra rares, and the ultra rares are the they're the go-to cards. Like, I think that's really, really bad for like 3 ultra rares for an entire box that you paid X amount of money for. A lot of times people are playing MSRP. They're not fortunate enough to buy a case, which makes it a little bit cheaper. I think that's really trash. And opening a case of it doesn't ever feel really good, because unless you get lucky and pull nothing but collector's rares, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
It's like you get maybe 1 or 2. It's like, I think that needs to be fixed, but overall those deck build sets, like they're really good.
I think that if Konami were to change the ratios in the deck builder sets, because so much of the now this particular one aged very well as far as value is concerned because of the adventure and the punk cards and the Exo Sister cards. But the vast majority of these deck builder sets do not age well in value. So when you look at the ratios of a box, like you said, 3 ultras and nothing higher than that guaranteed is pretty rough. For me personally, I like more what the legendary duelist ones do, where you get like 5 to 6 ultras per box. And I think even if they guaranteed a collector rare, it wouldn't be a bad thing.
I think that would be perfect. But if you remember, the deck build sets are pretty much like Hidden Arsenal back in the day. And Hidden Arsenal, you get 4 super rares in the secret, right? Like almost off rip. I think they should probably even double what you said, maybe 12 ultra rares a box. And have this set be a legitimate set. Don't do a half measure, right? Like, don't give us budget cards and then give us halfway budget cards. Do a full measure. Make it a legitimate budget set that can help the budget community, as well as introduce some really cool archetypes that'll be playable throughout the year.
Sure. I personally would be comfortable giving this set an A. I don't think it's quite an A plus because of that value distribution, but I think it is an A.
I would give it. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, my issue with the distribution is I completely agree with the distribution issue, but I'm a little more pessimistic about it, so I'd give it an A minus.
Okay. Personally, I'm torn because obviously it's the distribution problem, right? But like, overall, this is probably, I can't think of a better deck build set. Like, off the top of my head, Secret Slayers does come out. The Sky Striker one, but that's because Sky Strikers have been like so competitive for so long. I think that this is still, like, card wise, the best deck build set. So I'm forced to give it an A plus just for it being one of the most impactful decks, and having Exo Stepsisters in there, because I am not co-signing to the Ming Nuns.
Yeah, I respect that, definitely. All right, well, let's move on to the next set here. We have Battle of Chaos. So Battle of Chaos had the Libromancers. It had a bunch of Dark Magician support and even some Blue Eyes support. A lot of Ice Jade cards, Dynamorphia, the DDs cards that propelled DDs to playability, including a couple of top 8 finishes at YCSs. And that's it. That's the set.
I think it had a little bit more. I think you're short selling Battle of Chaos right here. This set, on surface, it seemed fairly but overall, I think that it's secretly good. It gave us Flundereese Advent in the Adventure, Dark the Dark Charmer, Guardian Chimera. Illusion of Chaos was terribly powerful, not just for Dark Magician, for the adventure decks. It is a really, really good set with still some hidden gems. Like, looking at this set, there's still some really good cards that are yet to be unearthed so far.
You can even point out Sword Soul Sinister Sovereign, Kijing Longnan.
Yeah, that changed the Sword Soul game, baby. That was a game breaker for us.
Yeah, Zombie Vampire is here too.
Oh yeah, I mean, overall, I think that this is one of those sets that wasn't extremely powerful. Like, it had a couple of extremely powerful cards, no extremely over the top archetypes. I think it was a fairly balanced set, and gave us some cards that players are going to look back and be like, dang, that card was from this set. It's really, really good. You know what I mean? Kind of like what we normally get from a Chaos set. Thinking back to Invasion of Chaos, we got some really, really powerful cards that like we look back and we're like, yo, that card came from there. Like that's kind of ridiculous, right?
I just realized that Guardian Chimera was also in here.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's low key. This is a really good set. I like to point out some more Bird of Perfection is one of those cards that like really, really sleeper. Not a lot of people like pay attention to because I mean, obviously right now is not its time, but soon enough, I feel that players are going to be looking at cards like the Samorg and be like, yo, this card's actually pretty dope for X deck that came out in the future. And it actually is going to be a really good card.
Right. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think, though, that with only a handful of notable competitive playables, I don't know. This set doesn't quite jump out to me quite like
I'm still looking at it. Yeah, like Onubamaru, the Soul Sweeper, that's actually really competitive right now. And, you know, that's a card we just all overlooked, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
big time.
yeah.
Like, everybody's still playing Dark the Dark Charmer. And again, I'm not trying to, maybe I'm hyping it a little bit too much. Maybe there's a balance between both of us, but like, I don't know, man. It's without this set, I think a lot of decks would be a lot worse. Like not even competitive. Some of them like Fluendereese. I don't think it'd be a deck without this set.
I mean, this card even has this set even has a card in it for the deck we were just talking about earlier, Bee Trooper. Dragonbite. Dragonbite's a really good card.
Yeah. I mean, and what else would we do without the Dictator of D, guys? Like, like it's the best card of the set, guys. It's awesome.
We never would have gotten the amazing Liberal Mancer MBT deck profile if this set hadn't come out.
You know, and that deck was fire. That deck was actually absolute fire. So I don't know. I'm not saying that it's a world beater, but this set it got some. It's probably like the floor of what a Yu-Gi-Oh set should be, in my opinion.
Yeah, and we are gonna have worse later, so I'll give this one a B- for myself. You've convinced me. I was at a C. I'll give it a B-.
I think it's a solid. What's up?
I'm gonna give it a very solid B, just because I really like Libermancers.
You know, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna give it a super solid B. Again, there's some cards that I feel that we're gonna look back and be like, yo, Cells Ban. The Samorg card I just talked about. Maybe some of even the Dinomorphia cards make their way into the competitive scene, and we're gonna be like, yo, this set's really, really good.
I am just gonna say the best thing that came out of this set for me was I pulled the Dark Magician Chase card. It was great.
Yeah,
I did too. It was really, really fun. I was upset that I didn't pull a Starlight Rare, and then this card came out. I was like, all right, that's fine.
Yeah, I opened a single box of that set, and I pulled it, and I was like, I'm good.
I'm jealous. I had to open the case.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was the last pack in the last box.
Yeah, I ain't got it like that. Next, we have OTS Tournament Pack 18. So this, I'll just run through the list real quick because this one's short. Your ultis are Ecclesia, Dogmatica, Ecclesia the Virtuous, Divine Arsenal A Zeus, and Fusion Destiny. Your supers are Destiny Hero Dasher, Baby Sarasaurus, Kagamucha Knight, Contact C, Token Collector, Quaggar Hercules, the Phantom Knights of Breaksword, Inzektor, Picofalena, and Monk of the Tenyi. And your commons are Manager of the 10,000 Hands, Tangrosnir of the Nordic Beast, Diverg of Nordic Alfar, the Phantom Knights of Silent Boots, Destiny Hero Celestial, Vampire Familiar, Vampire Retainer, Incantation Talismandra, Incantation Pensabloom, Ghostrick Angel of Mystic, Gulvig of the Nordic Ascendant, Dark Magic Circle, and Ghostrick Break.
Okay.
I think this is a solid one. It's not the worst, right?
No.
I'm not gonna lie. This set's not getting anything less than an A for me. But that's personal bias. That's like oozing with bias.
Yeah, I think as an OTS set, this was like fine at the time. Like looking back on it, you wouldn't look at this and say that it's crazy.
Yeah.
But the Baby Sarasaurus Super getting its first holo ever is awesome. That's super cool.
That's the reason why I'm like, this can't get less than an A for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just bias dictates. I'm going to throw away all the way logic. Bro, we could have got some of the worst ultis in here. It's getting an A. You know, Baby Sarasaurus, Monk of the Tingy, Dogmatica Ecclesia. I can't. I just can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Oh, no. I've played Dino. I understand.
Same. Dino is my first competitive coming back to Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
Yeah, so you guys know what it's like to play or common baby Sarasaurus and just looking
Yep.
at it like,
And then have that super come out. Ooh.
Oh, it's nice.
yeah. Then it has some. I mean, Divine Arsenal Double A Zeus is no slouch as a ultimate rare. It's really good.
It's not a super expensive card, but that's because it's really undervalued, not because it's bad. Ecclesia also just undervalued because they already have Starlights. So
Yeah.
and then Fusion Destiny at the time was a great reprint. Same with Dasher and Celestial. Token Collector. This came out at the height of Sword Soul.
Yeah, Token Collector was huge.
Quaggar Hercules' first reprint in 20 years.
Argelio.
Yeah, this is Monk of the Tenyi Super. As a Sword Soul player, this was amazing.
Yeah. I like if you were a Sword Soul Dino player that also had a Fusion Destiny engine and loved Dogmaticas, this was, I mean,
Yeah,
just
exactly.
explain my life. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
love B Trooper too? You just explained my life. That's
You
why this
just
can't
win.
get less than an A.
I'll give it a B personally because I think the commons are lackluster, but I understand your love.
I'm gonna give it
I
an A
agree.
because the baby Sarasaurus.
That's fair.
I completely agree.
You know what? I can't even blame you. The comments are lackluster. The comments are like, what are we doing here? But
It's literally
It
it's
more than makes
Celestial
up
and
for
nothing
it.
else. Yeah.
yeah, I think the super rares more than make up for it.
All right. Next, we have Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1. So, Hidden Arsenal Chapter 1 is mostly bad. It's not bad enough for an F, but it's not great either.
It's pretty bad.
There are, by my count, about 5 or 6 playable cards in this 178 card set. And they're few and far between.
Yo, imagine you take a test, right? It's a spelling test. So you got to spell these words. And you
Sure.
get 5 out of 178. what letter grade do you think that is?
No, you're right. You're right. The counterpoint is that in context, so just flipping through here, Lava Golem is a really good reprint here. Lava
That's fair.
Golem, even this printing of Lava Golem is like $6 or $7.
Mhm.
Okay. I like Armory Arm in here.
Yeah, Armory Arm was amazing, especially considering it was the unerrated version of Armory Arm. Oh, amazing. Cyber Dragon, Stratos, Card Trooper, Red MD, all good retro reprints. Goyo Guardian, same thing, a good retro reprint. It's just that horrible errata.
Listen. The Mist Valley Apex Avian was a good reprint, but it was way too late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Polymerization MST. I mean, there's a lot of good like retro stuff. Skill Drain is
You're
the best
not wrong.
reprint. The Skill Drain is
Yeah,
the
you're
best
not
reprint
wrong.
here, bar none.
Flamvel Magician.
Those
Yeah.
Notoria reprints were actually pretty good when the Notoria deck started booming.
Yeah,
last
those
month.
came up. Brio, Trishula. I mean, it's got everything in here for.
You know what? I mean, Card Trooper, that's not that bad. I mean, look, for competitive Yu-Gi-Oh, pretty bad. Yeah, but like for like us boomers in Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, like this is some good Yu-Gi boomer reprints.
Yeah. I mean, even when you look at it, like objectively from a value standpoint, even cards like Naturia Cherries and Bamboo Shoot. Cherries and Bamboo Shoot were like $20 cards.
Exactly.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know,
I give it a C-.
I can't give it an F. You're right about that. I'll give you that. I can't give it an F.
Yeah. I'll give it a D+. I'll give it a D+.
Well, I was going to give it a D-.
You know, I'm a because then it had Ally Adjusted Cycle Router Dual Terminal, and you know how that's a really nice card. I do like that they brought back the dual terminal technology, though I don't think that this version of the dual terminal technology is as good as the last one. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with D.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a D+. And Caleb, I think you said you're at a D-.
Yep.
Yeah,
It
and
did
nobody
just enough
wants
to
go
not
through
make
all
people
of these
angry.
cards. What's up?
I said it did just enough to not truly make people angry.
Yeah, and I don't think nobody wants to go through this many cards to find what they want, like through pack opening. But you could just go buy singles.
Actually, I'm gonna switch mine from a D+ to a D- because I'm gonna be honest here. I just thought about the distribution structure of this.
Yeah.
It was like, what was it, $15 or $20 for a box that had like 30 cards in it or 40 cards in it. And
You got
then a
dice though,
secret.
right?
Yeah,
dice?
I guess you did get dice, but
Yeah.
still, it's just not a good
They
value
gave you dice.
proposition. Jeez. All right.
Yeah,
next
this
we
was.
have, go ahead.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say next we have the Structure Deck Albash Strike.
Oh,
This is
I mean,
this is a big one.
so Albash Strike came with reprints that I didn't even realize were reprints because the structure deck is just that good. Like, I know you normally give the synopsis, right? But it had Starleech Seifert, if I remember correctly, Ghost Ogre and Ghost Bell in Haunted Mansion.
I think it was Ghost Ogre. It was Ghost Ogre.
Oh, it was Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit? Okay, that was
Yeah.
still pretty big at the time. It had Artifact Scythe.
Effect Veiler.
Effect Veiler. Like, the reprints.
Levianeer.
Yeah, and the reprints are great. They're subtle. That's the crazy thing. Like, this structure deck is so good that I can't remember the reprints, but I can
Pot
tell
of
you Branded Fusion and Mirror
Extravagance.
Jade. Oh, yeah. See?
That's
Just
a
like
great
really
one.
good
Yep.
reprints, but they get overshadowed by the awesome cards in here.
Yeah,
Like-
it really wasn't a bad deck, even from a reprint standpoint. But even the original strategy contained within the deck is crazy. Even cards that didn't necessarily get heralded on their release, like Tri-Brigade Mercurier, it's a great card, you know.
Yeah.
And then you add in obviously all the fusions and everything like that. Branded Fusion is insane. Even
Yep.
cards like Gold Sarcophagus go with the strategy. Dark Ruler No More was reprinted here as a comment.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. See, again, we're
This
just
set's
unearthing
good.
the reprints. Like,
Yeah,
as
yeah.
we're
D-barrier.
talking about the structure deck. Like,
Yeah, this
That's
deck
crazy.
is crazy. And then you get into the fusions, and you have Mirror Jade, Lubellion, Titaniclad, Brigand, Sprint, Albion. Give it an A for me.
Albion was actually like a ridiculously solid reprint. Because if you remember, we only had it as an ultra rare, and the ultra rare was like $20 at the time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
So, like,
also, don't forget about the token lore cards.
Yeah, those are cool.
Oh, yeah, those were nice. Those were very nice. Those were very, very nice. I think this is, there's the Solomon Great Structure deck that comes to mind. There's the Dino Structure deck for obvious reasons. There's the Rocket Revolt Structure deck. It's up there with some of those structure decks, if not, the better one of all of those I just mentioned.
Yeah, I love this deck. It's an A for me. I can't give it an A+ because it doesn't have Ash Blossom, but I'll give it an A.
A. Same reason.
Ironically, it gets saved. Like a structure deck that we're going to talk about later gets saved because of Ash Blossom, but I'm going to go A+.
Yeah.
I think it's just,
I respect
think it's
that.
way too good. It got way
Yeah.
too many players into Yu-Gi-Oh too.
Oh, for sure. The impact that it had on the game is not just measured by tops, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Ash Blossom should be in every single structure deck, a la MST in 2008. So,
I don't have any disagreements here.
it's not going to impact the value of my secret rares badly enough for me to care. Give it to everybody. Give it to everyone.
I'm not. You know what? I would have the same thing. I feel like we should have that Lightning Storm for like Heavy Storm.
Yeah.
Triple Tactics Talent for like Monster Reborn. Let's take it a little further. Let's put those in every structure deck.
Yeah, I cannot agree more. Forbidden Droplet instead of Effect Veiler. I mean, come on, give it to me.
Bro, yes. Do it in every structure deck like how you did us back in 2008. Like, pay homage to us by giving us those same cards over and over again. I don't even think
swear,
like
I
collectors
swear.
will care.
Konami listens to this podcast. I'm telling you, dog. They do, because I keep calling for things to happen and they keep happening. Gate Guardian support, Revive King Hades reprint for Edison format. I'm telling you, the things keep happening.
Wait,
And-
you want a Gate Guardian support?
I'm the king of Gate Guardian support. It's my
That was
favorite.
so random.
It's my favorite monster of all time.
That is the most random support you could ever ask for. Like,
And we
get
got it.
And then
We
get
you
got
got
it.
You got it. Okay. So, hey,
love
Konami,
it.
if you're listening to this podcast, give us those staples in every structure deck from here on out. And I don't think you can do any wrong. I really don't. I don't think you can if you do that year in
Even
and
cards
year
like
out.
Solemn Judgment and Solemn Strike, like throw them in there, dog.
Yeah.
Just
'em
give
all
us those cards.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you don't even and make more structure decks. Give us like 4 structure decks a year. I think that'd be solid. 1 every 3 months with every set
think-
coming out.
we got 3 this year.
Yeah, we got 3 this year. And I mean, to be honest, we're going to talk about it. We really only got 1, but of course we'll get into those a little later.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
one
we'll
and a
get into
half.
Yeah. All right. Next we have Ghost from the Past, The Second Haunting. And this was a 183 card set with a surprising amount of original releases and good reprints. Like a shocking amount.
Yeah, they said double the ghost rares and they weren't playing. You really got
For
double
real.
the ghost rares in here.
Yeah, you could get like 1 to 2 per display. Like,
Yeah. I think
right.
I pulled 3 in my display. So
I got
That
a
was really
display and a half and pulled 0.
Yeah.
oh no. You need a
Yeah.
hug?
I always need a hug for some reason.
I
or
want to give
another.
you a hug, dog. That's oh no.
All right, so let's talk about the original releases here first, because I figure that this is something worth talking about. Crystal Beast Rainbow Dragon is relevant for the Crystal Beast strategy. Decode Talker Heat Soul, we finally get that. We got all of the agent support, so the Majesty Hyperion,
my
Master
God,
Flare,
yes.
Pluto, the Moon,
Yes.
all of that.
Super cool.
Definitely. Let's see,
Boro
we got
Dragon. It was
yeah,
ridiculous.
for sure. The Salamangrate Blaze Dragon, the rank 4 Salamangrate card.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to just flip through here, but it's such a huge set that it's really hard to like see
Yeah.
everything. But
I
just
think those are
top to
like the
bottom.
notable ones that, a lot of people
Yeah.
will go to when they think of this set.
For sure. I think that this set had a lot of cards in it that people don't really realize how badly they needed a reprint. So just big broad strokes. The fossil machines are in here, which is kind of cool. Let's see here. All of the Tenyis are in here. All of the agents are, all of the agents, all of the DD cards, the entire DD archetype pretty much is in here. Okay.
Vision Hero Ferris is in here too. So
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I think
sure.
this is the first Vision Hero Ferris reprint, which was like
I'm pretty
huge.
sure you're right. Even things like Ghost Tricks, the Ghost Trick cards were kind of expensive. Like Ghost Trick Mary was like a $15 card.
Yeah. This was Aliber's first reprint as well.
Yes, this
Going
was
back
the
to the
first
Despia
reprint.
structure deck, like
Yep.
people would need Aliber, so
It
Oh,
had,
Dagaris.
yeah, Dugaris the Timeless. Holy moly, what a good
Yeah.
reprint there.
Necro Banshee and was like $15 or $10 at the time before
Yes,
this reprint.
yes, so-
Sky Calvary Centuria.
yeah.
Oh,
That
great
was
reprint. Great
Very
reprint.
late, but good.
Rise
the
of the Mega
generators,
Monarch.
the
The
generators,
generators, yes.
a bunch of Plunder Patrol cards. A lot of the Despia cards were in here. A ton of them were in
Hey,
here.
Cupid Pitch.
Yes.
Yeah,
Retaliating
Cupid Pitch.
Sea is a rarity upgrade. That was really nice.
Yeah, Galaxy Soldier always needs a reprint. Rise of the Mega Monarch. Let's not forget him.
Mm-hmm.
Despot
DDD
001.
Divine King Zero Rage was actually expensive as hell. And
Yeah.
then this came out.
Even Doom King Baldarok, Math Mech Edition was like a $8 card.
I feel like we can go forever.
Yeah, the Ready
Yeah.
Fusion targets. Chimera Tech Fortress is great for retro. This set just
Yeah.
goes on and on and on with good playables. People hated this set when it came out, as far as like they feel like it was like, oh, why would you reprint that? That didn't need a reprint that bad. But even
Yeah.
Dragoobleon was a $20 card. Prime
Yeah.
Athletic Liplation was turned into a $20 card.
Yeah.
Hauka Fibrax. This was the first accessible reprint of Hauka Fibrax.
Mm-hmm.
This set honestly is around a B for me.
You know what? Circling back to the cards, because we didn't even talk about them. If you are a boomer, you fell in love with the Ghost Rares. All of the Ghost Rares were like ridiculously good. Well,
They were
maybe
all
except for the
boomer
Aya
bait.
Tamias. But
They were
all
almost
of the other
boomer
ones.
bait.
What's up?
They were all boomer bait.
Yeah, and I fell for the bait, dog. I bought Cyber Dragons like for $100s. I didn't care. I still don't care. You know what I mean? Like I'll buy
if
them.
if anybody has some Ghost Rare Cyber Dragons that they want to let go, hit me up.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. I bought the Dark Magician Girl. I bought 3 of the Dark Arms. I bought a million Red Dragon Archfiends because why not? I want the sphere modes. Like, this was really good. I'm gonna give it a B2. I don't think that there was anything in this set that came out to make the game change. And like you said, it was a set that when it came out, people didn't appreciate. But I think as time goes on, people will really start to be like, yo, this set was kind of good.
Yeah, I agree. Caleb?
Oh yeah, no, that very solid B for me.
B's across the board, easy enough. Next we have Dimension Force.
Yep.
All right. Well, Therians had an impact at the time. Visa Starfrost is fine.
You mean Therian Lily and Therian King had an
And the
Hey,
field
yo,
spell,
there's
yeah.
the theory
Field
of
spell.
field spell.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
field spell. Illegal Knights here.
Albulinatus was real good. Yeah,
Yep,
that was
yep.
really good.
Read my mind. Some zombie stuff. Psychic End Punisher. It's Exo Sisters Magnifica, I guess. Beyond the Pendulum. I don't know. It's got a bunch of like.
It's got like 2 handfuls of good stuff.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, Punk was literally like, I don't want to say unplayable, but it was really bad until Dimension Force and Dear Note came out.
Yeah, that's true. Yes.
Yeah. But like, other than that, exact great card, and then just a handful of good cards, not great cards.
Yeah. So my problem with Dimension Force isn't necessarily Dimension Force. I don't think Konami should give us Burst of Destiny, then Burst of Destiny 2, then Burst of Destiny 3 in succession. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That would be terrible for the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game if we just
Sure.
keep getting a set at that level. We need sets like Dimension Force pretty often.
Sure.
I mean, I would have been very happy if we got Dimension Force 2 additional times after getting Dimension Force, as opposed to Power of the Elements in the other sets.
That's fair.
It kept the game in balance. It allowed players to play the older stuff. It gave support to some of it. It introduced some new concepts. It was a really good set for what it is, but we also have to understand that it is a bad set. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
the overarching, the Therion monsters had so much potential, and they failed, like, miserably.
Yes.
But that's just my synopsis on the set.
I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
This set's about a C- for me.
D+.
I'm gonna give it a C flat. I think again, there's still some really good cards in here, and it was needed at the time. I think we needed a break from Burst of Destiny sets.
Yes, and I can see where we need something like this, where it's not gonna reshake the entire game every new release, but that doesn't make it good.
Yeah, and that's why we're in that CD range
Yeah.
altogether.
It is a necessary horribleness that has to be taken.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's in any
It-
card
it-
game, not just Yu-Gi-Oh.
And to be honest, like, the horribleness is like, it hit the nail on the head on horrible, because we've had some pretty bad sets, like Dark Neostorm, right? Nobody talks about how that set's
Yeah.
terribly bad. And for the boomers, it was the worst set of all time was Cyberdark Impact all the way until like, what,
What's
15
hilarious
years later or whatever.
if you go back and look at Cyberdark Impact,
It's one of the
many,
better sets.
Yes, so
Yeah.
many
Yeah.
cards from that set had real relevant meta impact.
Later,
Yeah,
much
but
later.
it took like 15 years for it to happen. So like, you know,
Exactly.
a whole child grew
Still.
up and became an adult in between that time. So
And
like,
not even
again,
from the
it's one of the
Cyberdark
better
structure
sets
deck.
now, but like notoriously, it was like, this set's bad. Dimension Force could have that potential to be Cyberdark Impact in about, 5 or so years.
Yeah.
But also
Yeah.
doesn't let us down like how Cyberdark Impact let us down when it came out.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about OTS Pack 19.
So I'm just going to say right out, Triple S, best OTS pack ever, because I pulled the Ultia Water Enchantress. No other reason.
Oh, this is the Water Enchantress,
Fallen
Fallen
Albaz,
Albaz,
Skill Drain.
Skill Drain.
Yeah. I'm just gonna
I
say
like Skill
top to
Drain.
bottom. Skill Drain. It's this set can be summed up by Skill Drain, Caius, Forbidden Chalice.
All right, yeah, that's pretty D.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty D. I love the Caius. I love the Skill Drain, but let's be honest, that's not a great OTS pack. We already
Yeah.
had Collector's Rare Water Enchantress, am I correct?
Yeah.
I'm not incorrect,
Yep.
right?
You are correct.
So like,
yeah.
there was no point in giving us another Water Enchantress reprint. And
Nope.
don't get me wrong, I like Ultimate Rare, but it was just
Oof.
unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So going with my actual grade, by the way, that was a joke with the Triple S. I just want to say that.
Mm-hmm.
I was actually very happy that I pulled that.
Fairy Tale Snow is also in here. At the time, it was like $20.
Yes, and that's why I'm giving it
I
an
guess.
F plus.
You can't do an F plus. What?
You can do an F plus. It's like a 55%.
Or like 59. like if it was just a little bit
59.
better, it would have been a D. Just a little bit.
I'll give it a flat D.
He said F plus. I love it. I love it.
Oh,
I love
no.
it. I love every second of it, guys.
Oh no. All right. So it's an F plus from Caleb and a D from me.
You know what? I want to move my back down. I want to move it to an F plus. I love that. Because I think D is like reserved for a set that didn't let me down, and this set pretty much let me down. But it's kind of like it's kind of like when you play a video game that you're super excited about, and then you get to the ending and it has like the worst ending in the world. But it's like, hey, we gave you a good. No. That's an F plus, guys.
So Mass Effect 3.
So
OTS, which one was this? OTS 20?
19. This was 19.
OTS 19 is Mass Effect 3.
Yeah.
It's what?
It's Mass Effect 3.
Yeah, Mass Effect 3. Mass Effect was.
I've never played that game. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it did have
was
Forbidden Chalice Super, I guess.
Yeah, and it did have Skullcrobat, Joker, Snow, and Destrudo after they all got unbanned. For what that's worth.
That's still not enough. It had Gores.
Yeah,
that's still not
it's
enough.
not good. It's not
Trap
good.
Eater. Yuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Konami heard us complaining about the continuous trap floodgates and gave us Trap Eater.
I mean, that honestly feels like what actually happened.
You know what? I have a horde of Trap Eaters that are ultra rare because I'm still sticking to my guns that a day, again, because it did go up, it will go back up in price.
That card's playable in Edison format. I'm just going to say that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I lost to it like in the finals. I was very upset, but that's for a different story.
All right, next we have Legendary Duels from the Deep. This set sucks. Mostly.
Oh dang, yo,
Mostly.
whoa!
This set has
The first
like
Forbidden
3 good
Chalice
cards
or
in it.
Droplet reprint.
Okay, so the shark stuff is like nifty, I guess is the word.
Nifty.
Bahamut Shark is fine.
Yo, bro, this helped me build a deck that I piloted for the longest time.
Yeah, like 3 days.
3 tournaments.
3 days.
Marincess was not good for very long.
No, but
Bro,
boy, did I enjoy
don't
it.
be doing that to Marine Says.
No, Marincess is a cool strategy. Oh, by the way, another Torrential Tribute reprint, which is actually kind of cool.
Oh yeah, we didn't need that. we did. I mean, come on, you just gave us one earlier this year. Right? Like nobody's played Torrential Tribute. Why are you keep giving us Torrential Tribute?
So,
That doesn't
okay,
make any sense.
I would like to point out the Umi control deck spams
it.
Torrential Tribute.
Yeah.
And that deck got an invite at the last regional we went to.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope.
It's
I
very
think-
funny.
I think calling this set completely trash is not fair. Okay.
Sure.
This set came out, if I remember correctly, we were like in the beginning of Power Creep. So like,
It was
if
right
this
before
set came out
Pope.
if this set came out at the beginning of the year, this set would be an absolute banger. Like, I don't think we could disagree with that. I think that, the water support would have been amazing. Keep in mind, hand traps at the beginning of the format were really, really good. And Marine Cess will only go as far as floodgates and hand traps will take them, as well as the 1-card engine.
Yeah.
So right now it's not good, but that's strictly because hand traps are complete dog water.
True.
The Umi support is, I love it. Like, in my opinion, it's the best character deck. I mean, unless you count a Shizu, which
That's fair.
Maybe from DM specifically.
Yeah.
yeah, like it is the best. Well, there's another better character deck overall. I can't think of one.
Black
If you can
Wings.
help me out here. Blackwing better than Umi?
Yeah, by a lot.
By
in
a
both
lot?
in both the context of the history of the game and modern day. Yeah.
What? I mean, the history of the game. Okay, you got me. Obviously, Umi has been
Black
bad
Wings
since,
won
like,
Black Wings won
level
our
limited.
invitational.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Black Wings are bad. I just think you slacken on Umi. I think Black Wings are really, really, really good, but I think you slacken on Umi. It's like you said, it won. It just recently won something too.
That's true.
So like the Sharks were really cool, but the problem with Sharks is that they're worse Marine Cess cards.
Yeah.
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 At least right now until they get their own thing going.
So I think this set boils down to Forbidden Droplet and number 106 Giant Hand.
Yeah,
and
that's
the
not
Marincess
really good.
cards.
You got me there. I mean, the reprints in this set were non-existent, so
Right.
you got me there.
I'll give this set Fish on Ours a very good card for our friend Giant Skyhawks. What is it?
Terra King Salmon, Inferno Queen Salmon.
Yeah, Terror King Salmon Turbo. which is just so funny.
Terra King Salmon Turbo. Wait, hold on, that's the one.
He's
Which one is
okay.
that one?
It's an old level 6 fish, and it's a vanilla.
Oh,
24
yeah,
1000,
I remember.
But it's a monarch.
I know it. Yeah, it has like a sword nose.
Yeah.
It's
And
a level 5, and when you have Umi on the field, it's 26, and it's a no trip, right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that because
But it's like an
Giga
actual
Giga
vanilla.
is also the same thing. It's a vanilla level 5,
Yeah.
2450, no trib under Umi.
Yeah. And this one is just like, it's funny because it's 24 1000. It works with all the monarch cards, so it's just like a
Yup.
control.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So
That's
I'll give
cool.
this set a C minus.
D plus.
You know, I'm actually really happy you gave it a C minus because I was hyping it up a little bit. I'm gonna give it a D. I mean, come on, man. Look,
The
Forbidden
reprint
Drop.
sucked.
If this was the only set that had Forbidden Droplets, I think we'd be forced to give it higher. But Konami, for some reason, was like for 2 years, no Forbidden Droplets. Then immediately, Forbidden Droplets. It's like, what are we doing
Yeah.
here? So like,
Okay, you've convinced me. I'm moving down to a D plus.
Listen,
You hyped it, and I
yeah.
was like, I can't go too low.
Listen, the only reason why I gave it a D
No,
plus,
I think we hit the money on the head when it's like D plus. That's pretty
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
where it is.
like the only reason why I gave the D plus, not the D, was entirely because of the Marincess stuff.
yeah,
Man,
I mean,
that's
it's
enough.
$25 for a box. That says a lot about the set.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, is it really?
Yeah.
It's $25 for a box.
Jeez Louise.
That's
I mean, the Ghost
Ooh.
Rare is only $20, if that.
it's bro. Number 101 Silent Arc is from 2014 format or 2013 format. The format that no one plays currently. So I think it's gonna be really cheap for a while.
Yeah.
Until they realize that Fire Fist and Hands and Artifacts are like a really good format to play in.
Yeah, I want to play 2014 Nats format so bad, and just it's hard. It's not as easy as Edison format to get people together on it. So
Yeah, it's definitely not picking up steam right now.
yet. All right, next we have Legendary Duelist Season 3. This set sucked mostly.
Oh man, I want to hold on. I'm gonna show you what I showed my stream.
Okay.
Because it's still right here. I don't know. Wait, you guys can't see it. So there is a case of Legendary Duelist Season 3 here, unopened. I accidentally bought it. Jokingly, guys. I jokingly bought. Jokingly, I bought. a
Editor,
case of
put Triff-
Legendary Duelist Season 3.
Editor, put Triff in right here.
It was a joke, guys. I swear. Like it was never. I would never do something like that. But I have a case, unfortunately. Never open. It's trash.
Yeah, there's cards I want here, and there's stuff that I want to open, but I don't want it bad enough to buy it. Like,
Just buy the singles.
yeah, it's literally Magician Souls and some hero stuff, and that's
it's just
pretty
buy
much
the
it.
singles.
Yeah, it's Magician Souls and Liquid Soldier, and then like move on to the next set.
Like,
you know,
like every other good reprint in here was already dirt cheap before the reprint, and it's even cheaper now because of this.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, I
This
liked Harpy's
set-
Pet Fearsome Dragon in here.
this set
That is
gets the fabled F plus for me.
Oh no, straight up F for me.
F minus. Like the lowest of Fs you could get. Can we give it a
Did
G?
not show up for the test.
Goose egg.
It would have been better if it, yeah. Like you tell them, though, look, if you don't take this test, you get a better overall grade.
Yeah.
It's like when you were in high school and they were like, "Do you want to take the ASVAB?" and nobody showed up for school that day. Kind of like that.
Exactly.
All right. Next, we have an actual good set for once in a while. Power of the Elements. This one's crazy. Sprites and tier limit. Need I say more? A plus.
A plus.
I hate this set. I hate this
I
set.
respect that. I respect that
I
you
hate
hate
this
this set, but it's a good power set.
I hate this set because it ruined Yu-Gi-Oh. Like, and I'm not saying
respect
it from the perspective of, oh, I hate this deck, blah blah blah. This set turned way too many. Like, you know how Albaz brought so many players into the game? This set turned players away from the game. It's like
true.
Konami was like, yo, we're making too much money. We need a nice balance. Give us Power of the Elements. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I
Like-
think that what's crazy is I had friends that at the beginning of the year and over the summer were as dedicated or more dedicated than they've ever been to the game. And by the end of August, because this set released the first week of August, by the end of August, they had quit Yu-Gi-Oh!
Exactly.
What changed? This did.
Yeah. This was the worst set for
Player retention.
for player retention. Let's put it was hands down the worst set, but it had some really, really cool cards. I'm not going to lie. Ultimate Slayer, loved it. Kurika, Divine Incarnate, loved it.
Yeah.
Exo Stepsister, Martha, Mate. Exo Stepsister's good.
The entire Vernisylph engine is very
Yeah.
cool and is the reason that Madolche and Naturia are playable right now.
Listen, I was about to say I'm really conflicted on this set, because on one hand, it created it was the building blocks upon which the Tier 0 farm we're currently in was built upon. On the other hand, Vernisylph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
and then you get
Mathmech
a
Circular.
dope reprints. What's up?
Mathmech Circular.
That too.
Oh yeah, Mathmech, throw that in a circle. Yeah, I love that card.
Yeah.
Like you get some dope prints of this card. Like you get Punk Jam Dragon Drive and Extreme Session. These two cards are ridiculously underrated and actually make Punk amazingly playable. Rika Konkon is what made
I was
Rika's
just about to say that.
really,
Yeah.
really good. Yeah. Terrors of the Overroot is one of the better trap cards
Oh,
we've received in
gosh,
a
yeah.
very long time.
Like, listen.
I understand your conflict about this set because like it is just toned down the effects and the strength of sprites and tier limits by a little bit, and we have an amazing set.
Even Garura.
Oh man, Garura. You know what's crazy though?
Morphtronic Telephone, the FTK. I forgot that was here.
stop.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, this set just goes in the trash for me.
Yeah, listen. That's how overpowered all that other stuff was. The fact that people forgot about Morphtronic Telephone.
That's insane.
It made an
sets-
FTK irrelevant. It was thought about for a week, and they was like, no, we're okay.
I'm bringing that deck to my next regional. I'm not joking.
You know, I want to give this set an F just because of player retention, and I think player retention is going to have a huge part of me giving this set a grade. I'm going to say B-.
Okay.
That's that's entirely fair.
I think I kind of look at it as far as like the competitive player base, sure it hurt player
it's an A.
retention, but like for the competitive players, this is
Yeah.
everything they wanted and more. So it's kind of like
Yeah.
that weird balance. And that's why to me this set is an A+, because it's just there's so many good playable cards. So
I agree. I see your point. I 100% see your point, but you know,
Yeah.
I'm all about keeping players into the game.
yeah, that's very fair. So I'm at A+. Callie, you're at B-. Caleb?
Yeah, you know, I'm gonna downgrade it to an A, just a solid A.
Yeah.
Oh, in between?
Yeah.
But also because Vernisylph,
I think it balances out somewhere to an A- between the three of us. So that's not too
give or
bad.
take. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's fairly accurate. I wouldn't be upset if somebody said A- or, you know, A+. Because I understand that these cards, the tier limits and the sprite cards are really good, but I just see so much potential with other decks for this set that just get overshadowed by these ridiculously powered decks.
So I think we have about 7 left. We're like 2/3 of the way through. So we can power through some of these.
Okay.
Next we have Tactical Masters. This was another deck build set. This released Valiance. It released what were the other ones? Labyrinth. And Runic.
Yep.
So it released Labyrinth.
Yes.
Hey, Runic has more tops than Labyrinth.
Hey, don't you be talking about Labyrinth, mommies.
I like Labyrinth. I think Labyrinth is cool. But
You hate playing against me.
yeah.
Listen. You don't know pain until you look at your field and you're like, I got this, and then just have an Overroot flipped on you, turn 0.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I like
I
this
would
set a lot
personally-
though.
Yeah, I would personally give this set a B. I'm not gonna lie, Labyrinth is one of my favorite decks of the year. So that's gonna heavily influence that.
Yeah.
Because if Labyrinth wasn't in here, this set would be a lot lower. The Valance cards are completely dog water. And
They're funny.
The reprints that we got in Jordan Lockbird, Anti-Spell Fragrance, Cosmic Cyclone, Trap Trick are well welcomed.
Yeah, I'll give it a B if nothing else, just because the reprints are cool, and I love the overall theme of the set as
Yeah.
like the different video game kind. So it's also a B for me. I think that the Valiants are like a cool engine that doesn't really have any like end game, like it doesn't really have a place to stop. It's a car with no brakes. It just goes and doesn't really stop anywhere.
Yeah.
I think the Labyrinth are actually a really cool, innovative archetype, and I think Runic are annoying but very competitive. And the reprints are really great. So this is a B or a B plus for me.
Oh, solid A minus. Very solid.
Yeah,
But I'm also incredibly biased because I really like Labyrinth.
yeah.
He likes Labyrinth Mommy Milkers. I don't even blame him.
I love the CR scapegoat here because
Oh yeah.
I wanted a high rarity scapegoat, but the retro packs are too expensive and the ultis look like trash. So the
What?
CR was perfect.
So listen,
Yo,
listen.
don't say that again, dog. I'm gonna let
The
you go for that one,
ulti
but don't say
scapegoat is not a good looking card.
Oh, all right.
It's very
send me
flat.
your address.
It's very
Send me
flat.
your address. Just send me your address. You know.
Yeah.
And your call CID. I got like.
Well, I'll tell you what. We have a PO box.
No.
Okay.
I need your home address and your call CID.
So I actually have a funny story about this set. So when it came out, I don't want to build Labyrinth. So me and Sonny each got a box from our local ETB over in Alexandria, Louisiana.
Link down below. Yeah.
Yeah. And I love my box. Like, okay, cool. I got some cool stuff. I got almost everything I needed to build the deck. I was missing like 2 Welcome Labyrinth. Neither one of us pulled a lady, unfortunately. A lovely lady. This man pulls the CR Pink Maid.
Oh.
Dude,
The
I'm
Ariana.
telling you, the
Yeah.
CR Labyrinth cards are some of the most beautiful cards I've ever seen in my entire life.
I have that CR now. It's
Yeah.
currently in my Labyrinth deck.
Yeah.
You know, I'm looking for CR Labyrinth cards. So like anybody
Sorry.
wants to.
Yeah,
help
people, we
you
have
out.
PO boxes.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time. We all have open PO boxes. But Scapegoat, Compulse, Trap Trick, Cosmic, Anti-Spell Fragrance, all as CRs is just epic. I love this set.
Compulse is a CR? I don't remember seeing Compulse CR.
I think so.
I don't see Compulse CR. I don't think it's a CR.
Yeah. I don't think it's CR in there.
I've been wrong in the past.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate that it's not, because that would be a really nice collector's
Oh,
rare.
yeah.
I
Oh
would
wait,
think
is
right
this
now,
the
I don't
set
see
that
it.
had the Droll and Lockbird CR too?
Yeah.
Yes, it had Droll and Lockbird CR.
Yeah, I missed that one. Yeah, that one too. So yeah, this set's
Okay.
crazy top to bottom. I love this set.
Also, the Invader
B
of Dark,
plus.
the Invader Darkness reprint, well timed,
very funny. Yeah.
very funny,
Clutch.
very well timed.
Clutch.
All right, 2022 Tin of the Pharaoh's Gods.
Ew. I'm just gonna flat out give it a C minus.
That's exactly
Like-
where I was at.
Same.
This set, like, I remember
many
when
cards
people,
to list.
It was crazy because I like to say I'm more grounded with my set reviews. When this set first came out, I'm like, guys, this set's a C minus, and then people were like, you're wrong. This is the best set of all time. It's blah
No.
blah blah. I give us
This
reprints.
set is propped up by old stuff because last year was not a good year.
Yeah.
This set
Exactly.
had to be propped up by older reprints like all the Ghost Girls, Forbidden
Yeah.
Droplet again. And sure,
Yeah.
you have Underworld, Goddess of the Closed World. You have Tri-Brigade Kit. You have Pot of Prosperity. And then it's all old stuff.
Yep.
When you compare it to the last 2022 Megaton or the 2021 Megaton, it's
Sure.
nothing. It's
Yeah.
the 20, because Megatons recently have been giving us good decks, like reprinting us just good decks
Yeah.
that are playable.
Last year had the entirety of Tri-Brigade, the entirety
Yeah.
of Virtual World, a lot of the Drytron deck. It's
Yeah. No, this
They
one
gave
I
us
bought.
Phantom Knights too, right?
Yeah. I bought. Listen, for this one, I bought one just so I had the 10, so I can complete the tablet.
Mhm.
I took out the Lightning Storm. I pulled out of it, or triple deck. I don't remember which one it was.
Lightning Storm.
Yeah, Lightning Storm. All the rest of the cards are still in the 10. I don't.
Oh
no-
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought 2 cases of this. We pulled, I think, 2 Prosperity. That's just to let you know the short print problem in there too.
I bought 3 tins and I pulled a Droplet, a Prosperity, an Underworld Goddess, and an Aluber.
Dang, maybe I'm
Yeah.
short print. That's crazy.
Yeah, my I bought 3 tins and they were all insane.
Yeah. But I mean,
So-
overall, this tin was terrible.
PP
And,
poo-poo.
the fact when we get our reprint deck, because normally again we get reprint decks in a tin, we got Flu Under Reese, a deck that was already cheap as a reprint deck. Like, and then we didn't get Advent of the Adventure. So it's
Yeah,
like,
our
what are we
big
doing?
reprint deck here was The branded stuff, which everything but branded opening, I think, one of
Yeah.
them, one of the branded cards, everything except for one of the branded cards was already cheap. We got Sue Ships, which was already cheap. B Troopers, which
Trooper.
was already cheap. Like, there's not really anything to talk about here except for the staples. This set, C- is perfect because it's got good staples, but there's 275 cards in the set that you have to pull from to get said staples.
Listen,
so,
there's maybe 20 good cards in this set, being optimistic. So at 275 cards, that's 255 cards of garbage.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so it's a C- for me. Callie, C-, Caleb.
C-.
Perfect. All right, Structure Deck Legend of Crystal Beasts. It has Ash Blossom and Dimension Shifter and Ghost Bell. And
Contact C has its
Contact C, yeah.
niches.
C. It's a C for me. The Ash Blossom reprint is well welcome. Crystal Beast actually matured into an actual playable deck. It's won a regional. It's done pretty well, but overall, Konami needed to do more if they wanted this Crystal Beast deck to compete very well.
Yeah.
I give it a B-
Especially against the Power
just
Grid.
because it has Ash Blossom.
It's why I'm allowing it a C.
Yeah. All right, next we have OTS Pack 20. So,
The current one.
yeah, Ghost Reaper.
Sky Striker, Ace Ray,
Yeah.
Ghost Reaper. I'm gonna give it a D.
I'm actually
here's-
gonna bump my grade up because Herald of Orange Light is a really great reprint, not just for
Yeah.
modern, but also for Edison format. Because that card's really
Oh, you-
playable in Edison.
Yeah, you mean the card that they gave to us as a super or as a reprint and then limited it right after?
Yup.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not limited in Edison format, which is why I have 10 of them.
That's fair.
Okay.
I'm gonna give it a C- because of the Necomane reprint in here.
Yeah, that's a good.
That was
Necomane
cool.
King.
Yeah, that was cool.
Because
Naturia Sacred Tree. That's a cool one.
because if Danger Dark World becomes a thing, that's gonna be hilarious.
It's already hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It's a C- for me.
I think the D is warranted on my side strictly because like I'm gonna take the exact same concept as Ash Blossom that you have and flip it. It's disrespectful as all hell to give us a Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherry's Ultimate Rare reprint without giving us an Ash Blossom reprint. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
where's our Ash Blossom Ultimate Rare? Like,
Whoa,
where
okay,
is
hold
it?
on. Chill. Whoa. My secrets. I'm cool with commons everywhere, but I do need my secrets to retain at least a little bit of value.
Your secrets are not gonna go down in value for Ultimate Rare prints. That's
That's true. The ulti will
yeah.
be $600.
Yeah.
Dang, yo.
give or take like $20.
I'm serious. I think if Ash got an ulti reprint, it would be, I say 600. That's high. Probably like 450 to 500.
Yeah.
You think a copy?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Sheesh.
I mean,
I think right now would be the perfect
Imperm's
time
like
to reprint
280
it because it's not great.
I mean, Imperms. I mean, right now it's not a great
Yeah.
card, sure, but like, it's one of the most unanimous
Sought-after played
staples.
cards, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, Imperms are only what, 200?
280.
Yeah.
I'm seeing them for 180.
Oh, I'm thinking about Droplet. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about
Oh,
Droplet.
Oh yeah, Droplet definitely. Yeah. Yeah, like Imperms only like 200. I can see Ash Blossoms 200 each, but I could also see them where you're saying like
Yeah.
I'm
just
not sure
because
about
of what they
450,
are.
but I think the 300 range would not be like out of impossibility.
Yeah. All right. So, Cal, I think you said a D, and me and Caleb both said C-, something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
Okay, Darkwing Blast. We only have 4 sets left. We're chugging along.
Yep.
All right, Darkwing Blast was cool, I guess. It had
It
some
gave us
really
Black
good.
Wings.
It has the Bistials.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also gave us
Kshatri.
Mommy Milkers, Lady
That's
Labyrinth
true.
of the Silver Castle.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
true. Honestly, the
Our
more I look
Lady
at
of
this
the
set,
Silver
this set's
Castle.
kind of cool. Naturia, Mole
Yeah.
Cricket, and Camellia, the Draco Slayer cards,
Yeah. And,
Vernisylphs.
yeah, and this is where we got the
McCraker from the Underworld is I like it. The Catch
Yeah.
cards are good.
Rukalos.
Blazing Cartesia the Virtuous has the opportunity to be one of the better cards in Yu-Gi-Oh in a little bit.
Yep.
Yeah, Sprand Zelantis is a crazy card.
Oh my god, that card is hilarious in Princess.
Yeah.
Yeah, it almost single-handedly brought Marine Cess back to life if hand traps
Yep.
were not so bad. Donner Dagger for Hire is actually really good too.
Zelantis is also
people don't
really
pay
good in
attention.
Tri Brigade because you can link off your Sure Egg for
Mhm.
Zelantis. Yeah, no.
Oh, and then lock yourself into. Wait,
so
how's that work?
the Tri-Brigades lock you into using Tri-Beasts as link materials,
Yeah.
but not what you summon. So you can link it off into Shureg for link the Shureg off for Zelantis. That way you get a Shureg search.
Oh, okay. All right. I guess that's not bad.
Yeah, you use it as an extender tool, and then you can blink the field to like deal with problem cards or whatever.
And then like if for whatever reason you had another Shureg on field, when you blink, you get his other effect off, don't you? The banish
When he summons himself, if you have another one, so it can
Yeah.
do a lot.
But my problem with this set, my only problem with this set, like Konami, with this particular set, it feels like Konami tried to use water to put out an oil fire. Like, this was, the Bestial monsters were not a counter to tier elements. They just started playing Bestial monsters. Wolo was not a counter to tier element. They just started playing Wolo because it was so easy for them to access because of the Bestial monsters.
Yep.
They gave you tier element Root Kalos, which was crazy for them.
And Sprint.
Sprine, became like ridiculous for not only tier element and Sprite. Like, they really just threw water into an oil fire here. Had those cards not have came
the
out,
next
or maybe
set is the water.
is the water. You would think. You hopefully, fingers crossed. We don't. I mean, I'm not 100% sure. I don't want to just like, it's gonna be, and then just be disappointed. You know what I mean?
The next set is Magnificent Mavens. That was the water and the oil fire.
Oh. I was thinking of the next core set. My apologies.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
But yeah, I really want to give this set higher than a C because it has so much hidden, latent potential. But I think, again, the real water to the oil fire is just going to like, this one's tough. What do you guys give it?
It is tough. I'm at a B because the Kshatriy cards are going to have long-term impacts coming up soon. The Blackwing cards are really cool, and I love Blackwings, so seeing Blackwing support is always cool for me. Spellbound is going to have its format. The Bestials are really, really good. Like I said, the Drago Slayer, the Verna Sylphs, there's just so many playable cards here, top to bottom, competitive to a little bit more rogue.
Yeah.
I think it's a very playable set. The issue for me is this set doesn't have almost any like staple type meta cards that can be used for anybody.
You're right.
It's all like specific for this deck or
Archetypal
this
support.
deck. Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? I got it. I gave us Draco Slayer support, so I gotta give it a B+.
That's fair. Caleb.
I'll give it a C+.
Okay. Caleb's a little bit harsher. It's fair. It's fair.
Yeah.
And then we have the set that broke it all. The set that messed everything up.
And
Magnificent Mavens.
Things were going fine. Like they were still pretty bad. Things were going fine until Magnificent Mavens come out.
A lot of people say the format, like, there was like this 2-week stretch in between Darkwing Blast and Magnificent Mavens. That was, a lot of people say that format, especially if you take Mystic Mine out of it, was like one of the coolest formats around. A lot of people say that in 5 to 10 years, it could be looked at like Edison format is now, where it's just like tiny little 2-week window period where there's actually a lot of really cool and competitive and playable decks, and there's a lot of diversity, but we didn't really have a time to explore it in depth like we really would like to.
Yeah. Because then...
And I don't think Mystic Mine is actually the problem in there. I think Mystic Mine is actually because at this point in time when Darkwing Blast comes out, Mystic Mine doesn't become we're going to sit on Mystic Mine for 20 turns and let it decide the game.
Right,
Mystic
because it
Mine
can't.
becomes like buy you maybe a turn or allows you to crack the board and, keep playing.
Right. Yeah, Mystic Mine actually was not as much of a problem card post Darkwing Blast as it was before. Like over the summer, it was a huge issue.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of the reason that the playability of Mystic Mine fell wasn't because it was not as good of a card, but if you look at deck lists, the way that Mystic Mine impacted the overall metagame was not in the effect of the individual games themselves, but it affected every single deck in deck building. And
yeah, agreed.
It had this huge meta impact that isn't really seen in gameplay so much as it is in deck building. And when you have a card that shapes the meta that much at the deck building level, it's a problem.
You could say that's fair, but then they gave us Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos cards that could potentially, in theory, players are going to be like, this potentially does the exact same thing.
I'm not saying that it was a good thing to give us those back either, but I'm just saying Mystic Mine.
I mean, I'm just saying, I feel like there's always going to be some cards that are going to shape our deck building in the way we think. I mean, currently, we're all deck building. If we're not playing tier limit, we're all deck building against tier limit. So it's pretty much the same thing. It's just instead of one card, now we're doing it against this tier 0 deck right now, presumably.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of tier 0 decks, next is Magnificent Mavens. So, Magnificent Mavens is actually a crazy set for top to bottom for a bunch of reasons. It's a 112 card set, which is big, but not outrageous. But here you have, obviously, the Ishizu cards, which are crazy. And they propelled tier limit to tier 0. But the set has a lot of redeeming qualities, too. It does. Reprinted the entire Sky Striker archetype. The Mayakashis and support.
F minus.
The Witchcrafter and support. The entire Sword Soul archetype. Cool reprints. Okay. Okay. You keep saying F, and I'll see if I can change that.
All right.
10 Starlights, which is cool.
F.
BLS reprint, Mizuki, Chaos Hunter, all good cards for retro format.
Oh.
Okay.
F plus. You're moving the needle. You're moving the needle.
All right. Therian reprints. Cat Shark and Totally Awesome, The Nightmares, Boral Sword, Blackluster Soldier, Soldier of Chaos, Trap Trick Sarah, Appaloosa, Harpy's Feather Duster, Scapegoat, Change of Heart. I mean, all of these incredible staple cards. Foolish Return, needing a reprint. Lightning Storm, Triple Tactics Talent, Draco back as an ultra rare.
All right, you got me. You got
Skill
me back
drain.
down to F minus.
Skill Drain. No.
Allow me to explain though.
Do what?
Allow me to explain why it's still an F minus. You had me back to F plus.
I'll do three last cards and then I'm done. Evenly, Imperm, Ice Dragon's Prison.
Yeah, it's still F. So
I'm sorry, it was Pharaoh's Rares, not Starlights.
The Pharaoh's Rare are great. I assume that you were talking about the Pharaoh's Rare, like the.
I haven't seen them yet.
There's a problem with that too. This set is a complete failure on Konami's part. It is one of the worst sets. First of all, Sword Soul is a 2022 Megaton reprint set that would have made 2022 Megatons actually buyable.
True.
Right? So like, don't try to be like, oh, you're giving a sort. No. We know exactly what that's supposed to be, right?
Yep.
Lightning Storm, Triple Tactics, evenly matched, Infinite Impermanence would have served us way better as reprints in the beginning of the format, where Structure Deck Albaz came out and players were trying to get into the game, but were paywall blocked by these expensive cards. Am I incorrect?
That's true, yeah.
Appaloosa Bow of the Goddess. That's actually a cool one, but not really necessary. I think it was like $10 for like the gold rare, right?
The golds were like 15. But yeah,
I mean,
not outrageous.
I do appreciate them making the alternate art outside of gold. I think that was great because
I'm just
gold
upset
rare,
that we didn't get a Stratos alt art outside of gold, because I think the Stratos alt art is sick.
I think if they did that for this set, if they took all of the alt arts and put it in this set and made them alternative than gold, that would have been great. But
Rescue Cat,
the problem
please.
with this set is that I don't even know why you tried to mention Mayakachi and Witchcrafter. You would have been better off forgetting about those.
Yeah, they're pretty forgettable, I'll be honest.
But these cards that they're giving us right now as reprints should have been reprinted a long time ago. Like, this is like, we're already, because of the Ishizu cards that you've given us, you immediately made these cards irrelevant.
Okay. One more redeeming quality about this set.
Okay.
None of the highly sought after, extremely meta relevant Ishizu cards were short printed. The entire Ishizu core is playable, even in decks like Naturia, which are competitive, for under $30 for the entire core.
Is that really a good thing?
Yeah, okay. Well, when you say it like that.
Okay.
I think it's important that if it's going to be predominant in the meta, then it should be accessible for everybody, right? Like, at the very least, if it's going to be everywhere, let people actually have access to it. That way it's not $200, $300 for a core instead of when it could just be $30. I mean, I would rather it be $30 and have people, Because let's be honest, are the Medolce deck and the Naturia deck, are they really labbed out to the extent that they are now if the decks weren't so eminently affordable? Probably not.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
fair.
You're doing a good job at changing my opinion. You're doing a good job.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm at like A-, so we're in really different boats here. But
Okay.
oh
okay,
god,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so here's my opinion on the grading for this. I was going to give this set 2 grades.
Mhm.
One is just as it is now. Just I'm gonna give it a very solid D-
okay,
because it
A
took
solid what?
D-.
the fabled F+.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it took a problem and just made it worse.
Exponentially. So.
Yeah.
It's like the Dr. B's YouTube video where
What?
pull it up later.
Okay.
So where you have an office full of bees. How do you fix this? Well, my briefcase full of bees. Release the bees.
Bees ought to put a stop to that. The situation has only been made worse with the addition of yet more bees.
It just
He's
made a
not
problem
wrong.
even worse.
He's not wrong. The execution of this set was terrible. Especially, I'm harping. Reprints are always good and they're always welcome.
Sure.
But how do you make it like, yo, play this deck or don't play Yu-Gi-Oh? And hey, new players, here are all those reprints that you probably wanted earlier this year. Like, what are we doing here? Like, this is an abusive relationship. That's what it is.
Now,
It always has been. I mean, come on.
the other
But
now,
this is-
now the other grade that I'm giving it is with the assumption that the tier 0 format does not happen. Tier limit does not exist.
Okay.
Oh, S.
I give it a solid B-.
Yeah, I
I
mean,
give it an S.
if you take away meta implications and you look at the set from like
In a vacuum.
a value proposition standpoint, right?
Yeah.
It's I mean it's
Oh,
A
yeah.
plus. It's A plus. The
I
thing
agree.
is
I agree.
is exactly the Magnificent Mavens like Ishizu cards just wrecked the meta.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it was, as Callie put it before, throwing water onto an oil fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and then they give you a fire extinguisher that's like, I don't know, like the size of a water bottle, like with all of the reprints.
Yeah.
Or no.
Also filled with water.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
No. They gave you a fire extinguisher that has been
like checked for expiration and stuff.
yeah
Oh,
in
yeah,
like
yeah,
10
definitely.
years, and then you use it and it's empty.
Yeah.
It was never
Yeah,
filled from the
like-
factory to begin with.
Like, I want to love this set so much because of I love the printing of this set. The cards are like, they feel different than some of the other cards before. They feel amazing.
Yeah.
The reprints are great.
I think the quality is good too.
The quality is good. Why didn't you take the Ishizu cards, pushed them, did what you did for us for Huckley Fabrics and pushed it out for years, put it in some set out like later on or something after you dealt with the Ishizu or the tier limit format, because you already had the statistics that it was one of the best decks, and then just gave us this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, people would have ate this up still. People would have bought the living daylights out of this without the Ishizu cards.
Yeah, and like not even switch them out for something else, just take them out.
Exactly. Like, I understand Medolce and
Naturia.
Naturia would suffer a little bit, but like, I'm pretty sure Medolce
They
and
wouldn't
Naturia
be
players would be
playable.
okay with not having to deal with Ishizu tier limit every single match.
Yeah. They wouldn't be playable decks.
Yeah, listen. I'm a Medolce player, and I would gladly go. We don't need the Ishizu stuff that bad.
Yeah, I think Medolce would be perfectly fine without the Ishizu stuff. The Materia deck will suffer though.
Yeah,
All right. I respect both of your grades. I still give it an A- though.
that's fair.
God.
Opinions
God,
are like
that's a
buttholes.
high
Everyone
grade.
has them, and they stink.
Yeah. All right. BLCR Battles of Legend Crystal Revenge.
I don't even know what was in this set, so I'm going to go with an
There's
F.
access code.
Why?
Talker,
What do you mean
and
an
then
F?
there's
No, this set's
Borreload
crazy.
Dragon.
No, you can't give this grade. You look at it
F.
closer before you give it an F.
Hold
Okay,
on,
I'm
I'm
gonna look
looking
at
at
it
it
right
closer.
now.
Okay.
So it gave us the
Dice
Doodle
Dungeon,
Beast.
Dimension Dice, Clockwork Knight are all cool. The entire Advanced
Cool.
Crystal Beasts, the let's see, more Morphtronic stuff. Let's see, the entire reprint of all of the Blackwing cards, which was incredibly needed because they
Okay,
are
you got me
all
there.
really expensive for
Yeah.
Edison. Like
got
Gales
me
were
there.
like $10. Yeah.
DD Crow was nice.
Yeah.
DD Crow is insane. I have 50 copies of DD Crow now. I couldn't be
Heretic
happier
Seal was
about it.
nice. Edgem Chain was nice.
My biggest qualm with this set is that it did not give us, believe it or not, we got no copies of Blackwing Armor Master except for a Starlight, which is not readily attainable.
Yeah.
We got
Deal with it.
right. I have my ulti. I'm fine with it, but yeah. It's Blackwing Armor Master and Blackwing Armed Wing are not here. Armed Wing was in an OTS set earlier, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Chaos Space and Chaos Creator and all those Chaos cards being here is really cool. Like you
I
said,
like them.
DD Crow, Edgemp Chain, Token Collector, Doom Kaiser, Revive King Hades. This set gets an A from me just because Revive King Hades is here.
Selena's in here too, so never mind. All right, I'll take back my F.
Utopic Draco Future.
I got really upset with this particular set because this is, no matter how we put it, this is the worst Battles of Legends set.
Yeah.
Period. Like
Is
this is
it?
the worst. Yes. Oh my God. Look at the other Battles of Legends sets, my God.
Yeah.
Okay, so for context, all of the other Battles of Legends sets came out right after we got back into the game, so the
Yeah.
In the
reprints
summer.
weren't like, they didn't register for us quite as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Okay. The reprints were, not only were the reprints really good, but they gave us cards like Chaos Emperor Dragon of Armageddon.
Yeah.
I feel like as far as Battles of
It-
Legend, maybe
Yeah, let me go back,
Brothers
'cause
of
these.
Brothers of Legend.
the
was
first-
right?
Oh, I forgot about Brothers of Legends. Hold on, let's
Oh.
not talk about that one.
Yeah.
I think we forget about it because Battle of Legend. Because
I said all of the
isn't
Battles
there.
of Legends.
Okay,
sets.
all right,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
all right. We'll put,
Yeah, Brothers doesn't
we'll
count.
put
It's not Battles.
qualifiers on there. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
no,
looking briefly at Battles of Legends Armageddon, Invocation reprint was well welcome. Artifact Sanctum well welcome. The Danger upgrade reprints, Blackwing support in here too as well. Book of Moon as an ultra, great for GOAT players. There was a lot of good in here that makes up for what was considered the bad. Because not gonna lie, there's some bad in this set, and it's not as good as the first Battles of Legends set, but arguably that's probably the best Battles of Legends, if not one of the better sets of all time. So
So I
that's
think
fair.
that there was a pretty intentional focus on some things here. Like I said, the Blackwing stuff was important, although I'm pretty peeved that we didn't get Armed Wing or Armor Master or
Yeah,
Shura
I
for
agree.
some reason.
yeah.
So I mean, if you're gonna reprint all the Blackwing cards to make them available for Edison format, then
Just
why not
reprint
give
them
us half? Yeah, they didn't give us half of them. Like, and like seriously, Revive King Hades was like a $20 or $25 card. Same with Doom Kaiser
Yeah.
Dragon.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are
they
you
were.
serious?
Yeah, the ultis were like $50 to $80.
Yeah.
Do you know how many of those I have? I love this card. I hoarded them.
Like the ultras were like $20, $25.
Yep.
That's crazy. I don't
Yeah.
even remember them being like.
It's because of
Played a
Edison
lot.
format. It's
Yep.
a really playable card in Edison.
Oh, this must be a new Edison thing, right? Because I don't remember playing this in Edison format a lot.
Yeah, so the zombie deck, it's like some of them play Doom Kaiser, most of them don't, but most of them play Revive King Hades just because I mean, negating the effects of effect monsters destroyed by battle with zombie monsters, so like you can
That
run
does
over
seem like a good effect.
Yeah, you can run over like a Raikou. It does stop Raikou, and it stops
Yeah.
like the recruiters, like tomatoes, pyramid
Yeah.
turtles, things like that. It's
You're
just
not
like
wrong.
it's just a generically like situationally good card, but
And then
it just
overall,
had
Plex
never
Predator
been
is just a great
reprinted.
card.
yeah, it had
Yeah.
never been reprinted, so that was like a big part of
Okay.
it.
That's fair. I'll give you that. I just back in the day, I just don't remember anyone ever playing the card. But I mean, we have hindsight, so
Yeah. Fusion Destiny and the Frightful Engines both being reprinted here are sweet.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
overall,
yeah, you got me. You got
Yeah.
me.
This
I'll
set's a
take
B
it.
minus for me.
I was lost in a fit of rage.
I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it a C.
That's a B minus for me. So
I'll give it a C as well. I think C.
that's fair.
Good, not great.
All right, next we have Structure Deck Dark World. This is releasing last Friday, actually. Okay. So Dark Worlds are cool, but they're annoying. They're a beloved, fan-loved archetype, but they're annoying.
Yeah.
They're powerful, but kind of a little too powerful sometimes.
Almost.
So,
It's almost like you'd say they're annoying.
yeah,
I'm gonna give them a C.
Yeah.
that's where I'm at too.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
think the reprints in here were not good. Like, I mean, I guess the danger cards are all right. Skill Drain got reprinted like 4 times this year, so that was like,
half of the danger cards.
You know, what are we
half
doing?
of the danger cards.
Yeah, they're still missing
half of the danger
Jackalope.
cards. My fault.
Yeah.
What are they missing?
It's-
Jackalope, Mothman.
Nessie. No, Mothman's here.
Okay, yeah, Jackalope.
It's Jackalope and Nessie are the ones
Yeah,
that can matter.
Yeah, and
Oh
then
God, that's pretty bad. Not gonna lie, that's pretty bad.
I don't
that
see
you're gonna
how
miss
you
some of
do
the
it
better
without.
ones.
I don't know why they wouldn't put Jackalope and Nessie in here. It seems like
the only thing I can think of is because they're already dirt cheap, and those are the more expensive.
no
ones.
Nessies are like $20-something.
Jesus, last time I looked, there were
Really?
3.
I'm pretty
Nah,
sure.
they got.
Did they go down?
Yeah, they got a gold reprint, bruh.
Well, I know when they were seeing play in the tier limit deck, they
Oh
were.
wow. So yeah, Nessies are $20 for the secrets. They're $4 for the golds, which is still a decent price. About $4 or $5
Yeah.
for the golds.
Yeah, the issue is
So-
that it's gold. They're ugly, and half the time
Yeah.
they're not playable because of
Yeah.
damage to the card.
Yeah, and then the ultras are $10. So like
Yeah.
that would have been a well-deserved reprint. He's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
wrong.
no, definitely.
Like,
Yeah,
And
it's-
Konami
yeah, you
kind
got
of
him
fumbled
there.
the bag on that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and even if you don't give us Jackalope is only a couple of dollars, but like, you gotta put Nessie in here. It's the one that
Yeah.
needed the reprint more than any of the others. And if
You're
you're
not
gonna
wrong.
give me the Bigfoot reprint, give me the Abominable Snowman alt art in
Yes.
non-gold.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Such a sick art.
That would have been welcome. Or just put it in Magnificent Mavens, but you know, we're not.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yeah. Ugh. Anyway,
They need
See,
to do a.
I mean, the Dark World cards are really cool. I think that the Konami is now catering to GX players, which is fine. That's not my favorite era of Yu-Gi-Oh, but I'll take it as we go. Hopefully, we get more Cyber Dragon support.
yeah.
And overall, I think that Dark World's in a really interesting spot. Without the ban list, the perception of Dark World is a lot different than with the ban list. Though I do think it's still in the same spot that it once was, regardless of the list, personally.
I mean, yeah.
yeah. So, overall, I'm giving this one a C. You guys?
C.
See.
Okay, so let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
What are we giving the overall set grade? The overall grade for sets for the year?
I'd give Konami a C-, personally.
I was actually thinking just a C straight.
And I was at C
Yeah.
plus, so
Okay. I think they started off ridiculously strong. Like, this could have been, if we were like, let's say hypothetically, if we grade 2020, which is Eternity Code, Darkwing,
Rise of the Duelist.
What's that other set? Rise of the Duelist, Eternity Code, and then Phantom Rage.
Even the
they
Mega
get an A
Tens.
plus, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they knock the thing out of the water.
Dude,
I don't
Phantom
expect them to
Rage
do
was
that ever
so-
again. But this year they started with that same foot with Grand Creators. Then they came around with the structure deck Albaz and stuff. Like, they did an amazing job. The problem is they power crept.
yeah,
What's
but
up?
if you look at the competitive format at the time, in January, we all hated Yu-Gi-Oh! Because it was filled with floodgates like the
Yeah.
Wind Barrier statue because of Bird Up, right?
Correction.
Cyclock.
In January, you hated Yu-Gi-Oh!
That's
Yeah,
fair.
yeah.
Arch Nemesis Protos. Like, everybody. It wasn't even like fun interactive combo decks. It was very unfun, uninteractive combo decks
Are
that
we-
controlled the game.
You
state.
said in 2020?
No, 2021.
2020.
The beginning of this year. Beginning of this year. Like right before Grand Creators released.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
I
even
didn't,
after
actually, no,
Grand
I liked Yu-Gi-Oh!
Creators,
then.
even after Grand Creators, I don't think people really loved the fact that it was just DPE Scythe Lock every game.
You know, I had a different experience from that. I didn't.
Really?
I didn't have a Scythe Lock experience. I never had this, and that was actually the time
Really?
where I played competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! The most in a very long time.
I
I
remember
did not
at
have a
YCS
problem. I had a problem
Charlotte,
with Destiny Hero Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer. But I didn't have a problem with Scythe Lock.
I got DPE Scythe Lock almost every single round at YCS Charlotte. Almost every
That's
round.
crazy.
Yeah.
That's
Even the
crazy. I mean, to
dinosaur
be-
deck was doing it.
That's crazy. When I was playing in that format, if you did get the DPE Scythe Lock, you lost because it's like you didn't, because I did respect it, though I didn't see it as much, and the times I did get it, it wasn't a factor during that time. But at the same time, I do remember that sentiment of players complaining about DPE and Scythe Lock. But overall, I don't even think it was that good. I think when we revisit that format 5-10 years from now, players won't even play the DPE Scythe Lock. They'll be like, yeah, this is cool, but it's just not good.
I don't know, man. It felt
Yeah,
really
And
good
that's a
at the
bold.
time.
I know that's a bold take. That is a very big
I mean,
bold
Prank
take.
Kids dominated that format, and they were. That's
Prank Kids was
part of-
good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
Prank
part
Kids
of what
was
they were
good.
doing.
I felt that Prank Kids was better if they just, because stopping your opponent from special summoning from the turn could be a win. But if I'm the best deck in the room, I'm not going to rely on gimmicks to beat you. You know what I mean? Like if I ever pick up the best deck in the room, I'm not going to rely on some super combo that's going to skip your turn unless I can do the combo without sacrificing consistency pieces.
Right.
You know what I mean? And playing Scythe initially is sacrificing consistency pieces. Playing the cards to get into your into Scythe is sacrificing consistency pieces. I would never give that up, especially if I'm playing a deck that I know can consistently beat every other deck in the room.
Yeah. So
That's just personally how I, play Yu-Gi-Oh! And how I would build.
I'm gonna give the overall. I know I said C+. I think I'm gonna do B- for set releases. Actually, the more I think about it, because I don't know. I feel like competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of sucked this year. But
There was a lot of floodgates. You're not wrong about that. I'll give you that. That was kind of like lost in
Yeah.
my memory that we had to deal with the Escados, the Protos. I had to
yeah.
deal with that. That was ridiculously. It made me not want to play dark decks, like
It was-
light decks, dark, because they
Yeah.
blind call that.
it was Protos, it was Scythe, it was Mystic Mine, it was DPE,
Mystic
which is
Mine,
not a
yeah,
floodgate, but it's
yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you get into like the entire summer was D-Barrier, Mystic Mine, and then Tikaboo and Rivalry and Gozen, right? Whatever your deck could play,
I still
you
loved
played
it though.
Yeah.
I love that. I lost an invite due to double D barrier, and I was upset, obviously, but I still liked it. Like I still love that format.
I actually
Like,
really
that format
like
still
Power of
is
the
really
Elements
fun.
format. I like Power of the Elements format. Like
That's
where it's just like Tier Element, Sprite, and I was playing Sword Soul and still doing well because I was going into Dweller and Sword Soul because I was playing
Yeah.
3 Shitana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
Okay.
you were so proud of that.
I did very well at
Yeah.
YCS Niagara Falls with that strategy.
Okay, so like Power of the Elements, looking back, isn't like the worst thing, but it's really Magnificent Mavens that puts it over the top.
Yeah.
yeah.
I think that part is where Yu-Gi-Oh gets, because one thing that I don't want to do is sit down at YCS, like at YCS Pasadena,
Yeah.
and see tier limit. It just gets repetitive.
Trust
and
me,
I
I
already
get
am a
it.
person that don't want to sit there for hours. Why would I want to sit there for hours against the same deck for X
I
amount of
played
rounds?
YCS Niagara Falls, and my rounds were round 1 Sprite, round 2 Sprite, round 3 Tier Limit, round 4 Tier Limit, round 5 Sprite, round 6 Sprite, round 7 Tier Limit. That was my entire tournament.
Lord.
Yeah, that doesn't
Sound fun.
feel unless you're like locking in and the only thing you care about is winning and you're already prepared for this, which is great if you are. I think that's how you should come in with that mindset. But overall, I like being able to, when I play Yu-Gi-Oh, have fun interactions with my opponent that I'm not expecting. I like seeing things that I don't like. I don't mind losing when I'm playing against some of these interesting concepts or whatever, because you learn a lot. And overall, if I were going to an event to win an event, obviously I'd like to see Sprite and Tier Limit the whole way. But
Right.
at this stage in my career, I want to go there to have fun and meet people and do some other unsolicited things that I can't say on this podcast with my friends.
I mean, you could buy cards from vendors specifically.
Yeah. No, I want to
No
smoke
one-
with cigarettes and do bad things with my friends.
Hey, listen, Canada, everything's legal in Canada. I'm just gonna say.
You can even play Mystic Line in Canada.
Whoa,
Can
whoa,
you guys
whoa.
smoke cigarettes? Wait,
No, you
hold on.
can't.
Wait, talk about. Wait, what?
You can't play Mystic Mine in Canada. Cho.
The mine is mystic up there?
Yeah. But what's funny is everything is illegal in Canada, in fact. So that's
I guess that might be you guys' Niagara Fall.
oh man. Yeah, I had a great time up there. I really want to go back. But okay, that is unrelated. So thank you so much for coming on to today's episode. It was a very long episode,
Yep.
but I think that the listeners are going to welcome it. We haven't done a really long episode like this in a while.
How long was this?
An hour and 40
oh, God,
minutes.
I apologize.
Nah, it's
guys.
cool.
I think
It's
I had a
okay.
lot of
We
fun,
had
though.
we had a ton of sets to review, but that's okay. So hey, everybody, Callie, why don't you tell everybody for the like 3 people that might be listening that don't know who you are by now,
Yeah.
where can
Yo,
they
for the
find
people
you
that-
and all your stuff?
Yeah, for the people that want to know, you can catch me with my boy on Spotify. We're Delinquent Duo. Rap album coming out soon. It's going to be strictly Yu-Gi-Oh! You can also catch your boy on Master Duel Cali for the people that love Master Duel content, and the CaliEffect King of Games on YouTube. Trying to manage so many avenues. It's really, really awesome. And I love playing Yu-Gi-Oh! I love talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And I really would like to be back on this podcast. It would be awesome to be with you guys and talk about more stuff.
We would love to have you back, literally
Heck
whenever. If we can get the schedules worked out again, because people might not
If
realize
I could get
this
you
was
guys to wake up at 10 in the morning again, right?
10 in the morning is not too bad for us, honestly. It's not that bad. It's just
Normally,
yeah. It's like this
Normally, I
was like
wake
4
up
months
at-
in the works.
oh, for sure. Yeah. Normally I wake up at 4 in the morning, but I was watching Hunter x Hunter all night because, it was Friday. So yeah, when you text me, I was just waking up. I was like, yo, I'm probably late.
Well, I'm glad it all worked out. Thank you again for coming on. And for those, don't get confused. On Spotify, it's the Delinquent Duo album because, hilariously, original listeners will know this. We were the Delinquent Duo podcast before we were the Top Cut podcast.
Yep.
So you said that, and it caught me way off guard. Yeah. We changed our name because, we found out, 2 days before we posted our first episode, somebody else posted an episode as the Delinquent Duo podcast.
Yep.
So we changed our name because we were like, no, they were here first.
Yeah.
And then they never posted anything again.
Oh,
So, yeah.
they got y'all.
We got
They got y'all good.
We
Well,
got
you
God.
can't have Delinquent Duo back now because
Yeah, no.
No.
Hey,
We-
listen.
rap group.
Listen, for anybody wondering what our new intro / outro music is going to be, you just figured it out.
Probably.
No, thank you again for coming on, everybody. Thank you all so much for listening, and have a great day, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
And don't let what happened at the beginning of your day ruin the rest of your day.